Well, hello, football fans, and welcome to this edition of the Billy Skinner Lamar Viking Football Coaches Show. I'm Bill Frawley, and with me, of course, head Viking football coach and male athletic coordinator Billy Skinner. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. Trying to figure out what this weather's going to do. It's just crazy.
There's no doubt about it. It was like burning up hot. I've got pants on right now. I'm sure it's going to start raining and snowing a little bit in a little bit. So,
Yeah.
no, it's good.
So, speaking of that, how wonderful it is to have the Mac, I guess either for heat or for rain, lightning, whatever. There's a lot of ways y'all could be called off the field, but you can go into the Mac and you don't have to sit around waiting for something to do.
We're so spoiled. I'll tell you this though, as the person responsible for buying footballs, I will tell you that that Mac is the biggest blessing because it saves our football budget. We don't go outside and ruin them whenever it's really wet and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're spoiled. Our kids are spoiled, but not apologizing for it.
Hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
So how much does a high school game ball go for these days?
I don't know if I should say it out loud. You can go, yeah, you can go anywhere from about $85 to about $120, just kind of depending on what you use, customization, all those kind of things. So normally when we put a football order in, we're looking at anywhere from about $3,000 to $3,500 on footballs, and we'll order maybe once every 2 or 3 years, just depending on how well we keep up with them.
Wow. Well, hey, maybe that just puts a little bit of reality out to some folks, and who knows, that might just draw a little bit more into some Booster Club
Yeah,
donations.
no doubt. We can use it because I'm telling you that it goes quick.
Well, and speaking of Booster Club donations and stuff,
Yeah.
we talk about the sports drink to keep it
Yes.
product neutral in
Yep.
the fall. What about during spring training and practices and all that?
Yeah, we're just drinking the good old fashioned water.
Nice.
We've
Okay.
we've got a little bit stashed away here and there. I use those as motivation, and then I use those if we've got somebody that, hey, your stomach hurts, you've been throwing up or whatever, just in general. Those are for my sick kids. I make sure they replenish and rehydrate. And then when the season starts, we make sure everybody gets their sports drink.
All right. So drinking out of the garden hose like we did growing up.
Old school keeps us, hey, we've got to offset that indoor, right?
There
So
you go.
we got to stay humble somehow.
All right. Well, let's swing over to some talk about spring and what's been happening. It's been a while. It's I get to see you every so often and around the
Yes.
campus at different sport events, so that's my blessing. But um, since we talked last near the end of the football season, what's been happening with the football program?
Holy smokes. If first of all, it feels like it's been a year since we've sat down and done this.
Yeah.
So I might be a little bit rusty. You know what? We've been getting into the weight room. Our whole theme this year as an entire program is something that we call on to.
Okay.
We pointed at moments last year, critical moments during the season, when we could have maybe gotten off the field on defense, or we could have extended a drive offensively, had we been more disciplined, had I done a better job as a head coach, making sure we were prepared and more disciplined. And a team would go on two and we would jump, or we would try to go on two and one of us would jump and back up a play. And so for us, this offseason emphasis was that discipline, was that attention to detail. And so, everything we did was 2 on 2. Anytime we moved, we'd say 2 on 2. The kids would give 2 claps, and just trying to refocus and make sure our kids understand just how important and how critical that focus is. So that's what our weight room, that's what our off-season track and all those kind of things, that's what the focus was. And it showed up in the production. At the end of the day, we had a bunch of kids make massive jumps and squat, massive jumps and hang clean, massive jumps in their 40s, and all of those kind of things. The testing this year, the cool part about our testing this year in the weight room, and on the field, Coach Lackey says it best: the floor of the program has raised, and so those kids who, I don't want to say low performers, but they just come in and they're a little bit lower in the weight room. Those
Mhm.
numbers have gone up, and so now we're starting a lot higher than we've started since I've been here, it's good. Yeah, it means we're trending in the right direction, and it also means that Sam Lackey is is really good at what he does.
That's amazing because I know there's so many factors that come into a successful football program, whether it's, win the play, win the down,
Yep.
win the series, win the game, whatever. And that discipline comes throughout all of it, whether it's not jumping early on offense or defense or in the weight room and having a new baseline to begin with, the
Yep.
discipline to, okay, don't rest on the laurels of, hey, we're better than we've started off
Right.
before, but to get as they say in South Louisiana, get more better.
Get more better, baby. We had to.
All right. Well, man, that all sounds positive.
Yeah.
What's been going on with spring drills, practices, whatever you like to call them?
Yeah, so we're it's spring ball time. We've got helmets and shoulder pads and we're getting after it. First time we've done this since I've gotten back. I think we did it that first year and now we're doing it again. Um, it's an opportunity to see our big kids. It's really important for them to kind of get out and play football. It's an opportunity to see them get after each other. We're installing a new offense, and so being able to see it executed, being able to see it
Okay.
at full speed with shoulder pads and helmets, that's a big deal. We needed that this year, and so it's been good. Defensively, they are kind of picking up where they left off. Our forcing unit. So we're bringing back a bunch of defensive linemen. We're bringing back two inside linebackers. Obviously, everybody knows Braylon Williams. Talon Martinez is a kid that we're playing at inside linebacker over there. We're bringing those guys back, and then we're bringing back an experienced secondary, two guys at corner, and Javen Bass and Shahariam Thurston that I feel like we can match up just against about just about anybody in the state, just because they're so long and so skilled out there. So a lot of fun, a lot of positive, but also a lot of competition. We're doing team drills, and it gets hot, it gets heated, and it's good. It's really good to see that our kids are wanting to get after it and wanting to get after each other so much.
Hot and heated temperature wise,
Sure, however you want it.
competition
No,
wise,
no
everything.
competition. They're
Well,
getting after it, so I love it. And
man,
I tell our kids, hey, sometimes we got to reel them back in because there's a little bit of trash talk and all those good things. And hey, a little bit of trash talk is good, but let's make sure we keep the main thing the main thing. So we have to give those reminders too.
and remember, we're all on the same team so far.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, well, one comment I've got or thought about, you've mentioned some of these names, the up and comers, and
Yeah,
you're not leaving anyone out on purpose. There's a lot of names, but I've had the pleasure over the last few years of doing well, many years, but in your program, the JV and
yeah,
freshman games, and these names sound familiar. I remember calling them out,
yeah,
and now they're coming up. Some of them stepping up to the varsity level. So there is, and I've seen the talent. I've seen some of those games where those guys have individually shined, whatever, but it's
yeah.
also because of that team effort. Coach,
Right.
what's going to happen with the football venues in the fall? There's been some talk
Mm.
about what's going to be going on at Cravens, what's happening with the new stadium, where the JV and freshmen will play.
Yeah,
Is
that's
there,
a
do we
tough
know
question.
yet?
That is a
Okay.
tough question. So there's what we know right now is that Cravens could potentially be offline. We initially thought that it was for sure going to be offline.
Okay.
There have been a couple of new developments, and so they may push some things back. But as of right now, the company line is we don't know.
Okay. That's a fair
And as
answer.
soon as yep, and as soon as I do, I'll share that information.
Sure.
Obviously, I would like for our new stadium to be or our stadium reno to be done and ready to go for the fall. But that's not going to be our reality this year. We're
Sure.
a little ways out. So we are. I don't care if they tell us we're going to play at the new stadium that's at Martin, or if they're telling us we're playing in the Walmart parking lot just outside of AT&T Stadium. We're just going to be excited to play football wherever we get to play football. So
As
um,
long as it's 100 yards long with
that's it. That's it.
all right, good enough. So, spring drills, practices, everything
Yes.
that's gonna maybe this is hopefully the right word to use, but culminate in a spring. What do you, is it a spring activity game? It's more than just a spring game.
Yeah, no. So it is. We want it to be an event.
Yeah.
It's an event that is capped off with the Navy Gold spring game, but obviously, we're going to have powder puff out there to start the day, and then we'll have our JV, and we'll have our JV scrimmage, and then we'll have our spring game. Afterwards this year, we're actually going to have a block party. And so
Dang.
we'll have a DJ out there. We'll have the music going. We'll have hot dogs cooking. We're going to fellowship and hang out with each other after getting after each other. And like I said, we have these hot competitions and we have these fiery practices. So I think it's important that we come back together as a family and just love on each other, hang out with each other, hang out with our families all at Cravens. So really, really excited about that. That's going to be, ooh, don't quote me on this. I think it's Thursday, May 15th. I keep screwing that up. It's either May 15th or May 16th, but it is that Thursday. So whichever day the Thursday is,
That's the
that's
15th. And
yep,
I'm
May
not Rain
15th.
Man. I just know I have a meeting on the
There
13th
we go. That's normally
Tuesday.
how I
So
remember things.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely the 15th. Yeah, definitely Thursday.
Yep.
So
That's how I remember things. So yes,
all
on May
right.
15th, we'll have our spring game and then we'll have our block party and just a good opportunity for the Vikes and Viking supporters to come out and spend time together.
Well, the block party is a new element to this, I believe,
Yes.
if I'm
Yes.
kind of remembering correctly.
Yep.
And Coach, I like how you keep freshening up the spring event with something different, something new. Where did this idea of the block party come from?
Oh, I stole it. I saw someone
Good.
else doing it, and I love the idea. I'm telling you, in our sport, first of all, you cannot remain stagnant. If
Yeah.
you are somebody's going to move past you. And in order for us to continue to grow, you have to research, you have to go to clinics, you have to scour the internet for ideas that you like, and then you turn them into things that work for you and work for your program. So my my biggest fear is to be the exact same coach today that I was when I first started this journey, and not just as a head football coach, but just as a coach in general. And so, we're going to always look for ways to grow. We're going to always look for ways to improve. We're going to always look for ways to engage our kids. And so, this was just another opportunity. This is something that I saw other people doing. I was like, hey, that's a great idea. We're stealing it, and we'll slap Viking block party on it, and bring a DJ and bring hot dogs. It makes everything fun.
All right, now, Coach, I'm going to tie into the male athletic coordinator and however broad that goes. But for a
Yep.
moment, many of the sports activities teams at Lamar have been successful.
Yes.
Baseball begins the first round of playoffs this week. I believe we have a golfer going to state
Yep.
championship, state whatever they finals, whatever they call that.
Yes.
Volleyball went to extreme. I mean, soccer went to playoffs.
Yes. No, it's been a great year for Lamar Athletics. Like you said, girls basketball made it to the playoffs
There we
and
go.
won first round game. That's a big deal. Girls soccer made it to the playoffs, knocked off JJ Pierce in the first round, and ended up losing to the eventual state champions.
Wow.
Boys baseball, like you said, hey, we finished as the #1 Division II seed. So we get to take on JJ Pierce this week and are excited and want to have success there. Golf has been fantastic. Tennis has been
Yes.
fantastic. There's so much positivity. Delia Bass, who is one of our female track athletes, she's going to state this year, or this year, yes, and competing in the wheelchair 100-meter dash. And so
Wow.
much great stuff happening here on our campus. Our athletes have they've raised the bar, and I don't want to leave this group out. Our flag football team, our girls flag football
There we,
team,
I was hoping you'd
they
bring it up.
are some butt kickers. So they've been getting after it. They're 3-1 right now. Played Arlington High this last Saturday and got a 32-18 win. They are playing this weekend at Cravens. I believe we are the 10:30 a.m. game. Come out and come check out the girls because it's a lot of fun. You can tell, and not to, I feel like I'm going out on a
Oh,
on
you're
a
this is
tangent here,
great.
but there's been a thirst for this flag football stuff, not just on our campus, but just in general. And so I can't tell you how excited I am about girls flag football and an opportunity for these kiddos to kind of showcase what they can do in another setting. And I don't think some of them realize they're going to give themselves an opportunity if they want to go get a flag football scholarship. There are schools now. I know Coach Teeter over at Bethel. She's always looking for girls to come and join their flag football team at Bethel College. So a lot of great things happening on our campus. I don't know if you can tell, I'm really excited about checking our girls out this weekend at flag football. So yeah, it's been a good year for Lamar Vikings athletics.
Excellent. Now, I would be remiss if I don't bring up, I think it was the teacher appreciation night at baseball recently. You
Yes.
and Coach Woodman
Are we going to talk about the first
first
pitch?
pitch.
Come on now.
And
We
believe me,
were-
no one paid me to bring this up. No one at all, I promise. But hey, y'all
Yeah.
both threw out a first pitch.
Well, I'm glad there's no video. Well, there is video. I have
No,
access
there
to it.
is.
I will not be sharing it. The first time I did it was last year, and I skipped it. And they said, "Hey, whatever you do, don't skip it. Like you need to get." So I got the ball there. It just happened to
Yeah.
be about 20 yards outside, and I think I banged the backstop. So
It was
I think the
just
good
a
Lord
bit
knew what He was
outside.
doing when I didn't play baseball. So luckily, my boys are a lot better than I am, and my daughter's a lot better at softball than I am. They definitely didn't get it from me. So,
Oh, well. Anyway, what else would you like to mention? What can people be doing to support the program?
yes, we've got all kinds of opportunities. Obviously, we've got our block party happening on May 15th. A big deal for us is show up, come out and support the Vikes. Powder Puff starts at 4:15, and then we'll have our JV scrimmage at 5:30, and the spring game starts at 6:30. Come support, come out, show your faces, old Vikes, no new Vikes. We want to make sure that we've got people coming to see us, and so we can show off all the great things happening here. Next Monday and Tuesday, we have our football camp for grades first through sixth. Um, that's a free camp that we provide on Monday and Tuesday, 6 to 7:30. I've sent that sign up to all of our feeder schools, all of our feeder elementary. So if you haven't signed up and you're watching this, make sure you sign up. It's a lot of fun. That's probably one of my favorite events of the year because I've got pictures throughout the years of kids that have been at that and now are starting as Lamar Vikings. I sent a picture to Samari Wilkins and Jaden Shaw and to Graham Partee because those dudes were at our football camp and now they're about to be starting Lamar Vikings for us in the fall. So that's going to be a lot of fun next Monday. I hope we have a bunch of kids show up. And that same time, we're going to have a 7-on-7 for our junior highs. Shaq and Nichols, we're going to bring them out, and we're calling it Air It Out on Cravens, and they're going to be able to go and just play some 7-on-7 football versus each other for 2 days. Just kind of see what they got and give them an opportunity to get out and be around each other. So that's coming up. What else do we have going? We are going to have the Colonial fundraiser that we do with Lamar Football, and we're actually partnering with Band this year, and we're going to need parents to sign up to help run the concessions. And all that information will go out on Sports U, but we'll definitely that's always the biggest ask of the year is getting people to sign up for the Colonial. So if you don't hear anything else, please sign up and help for the Colonial when that stuff goes out.
Now, man, that is a lot. And
Yes,
but that just speaks to how vibrant the Lamar athletic program is. And I'm glad you mentioned the band is partnering with the football team
yes,
Booster Club because, man, people think sometimes will underestimate what it takes for that band to be successful in
hey,
marching and the practices they go through out on that parking lot across Lamar and on the field and everywhere.
you're not kidding. Like football is tough, and yes, we have to go run into people and all that. I'm telling you right now, there's not harder practices than band practice. Like they go like they. It seems like I look early in the morning and they're out there. I look late at night and they're out there. So our band in particular, they do a great job. Mr. Lang does a great job with that crew, and they work really stinking hard. So no, it'll be cool for us to have an opportunity to work hand in hand with them and spend time with some of those families that maybe we don't know, and we'll get to know some
Yeah.
new people.
Sounds great. Well, Coach, our whole Lamar Viking community is very fortunate to have you and your staff at Lamar doing what y'all do. I know you're making a big impact on a lot of the young men, the boys growing into young men at the different ages, everything that's going on. So I want to, on behalf of a lot of people, say thank you.
Well, I really appreciate that. And I just want you all to know, like, we are lucky and blessed to be here. And so we don't ever want to lose sight of that. And we just want to make sure we keep bringing it every single day, so that we can serve our kids and serve our community. That's the biggest deal for us.
Well, I appreciate it. I know you're very busy these days. Thanks for making time for this. We'll do it again soon, and we'll see you at the spring event, and we'll do a recap after that's over. How about that?
Absolutely. Hey, maybe we can even live stream from it. We'll talk about that. That'll be
Oh,
fun.
let's do talk offline. Okay, that'd
Yeah.
be cool. Oh, that'd be great. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
VFND.
BFND.